Oh, that's the wrong way. Welcome back, folks. My name is Patrick, but you probably don't care about that. Today, we are going to be showcasing my Minecraft medieval world and walking through it all. This is a city known as Morivvia. Think of the region Morivvia, but we added a little bit of fantasy to it, as well as merged it with my last name, thus making the city of Morivvia. And yeah, the last video we had some cinematics showcasing the world, and today we're going to be walking through it, explaining a lot of the builds. And where we're starting off is the shipbuilding yards, and this is one of my first builds in the world. You can see the boats are actually sunken in below sea level, and you know, we're actually going to travel on down just so you can see what this looks like. Now, if we go here, we have a little balcony, but that's not too important. Going down to the bottom, you can see a ship. Now, these, believe it or not, I haven't built any other ships on this world yet. So this is one of the only ones. Well, the other one's next door. Very similar, but we don't have any other ships aside from this. You can see where it's being assembled. We have a nice little crane, and if you look up, I should have a pulley system. Kinda. I think this is before the grindstones. Yeah, that's what they're called, right? The grindstones made their way into Minecraft. Now, a little bit about the world. This, I believe, was a world generated with extra large biomes, or maybe not. It's been so long since I started this project. In fact, this has been a project I've been working on for the past 10 years. Let me change the time for you all just so we can see. We don't have to worry about spending nighttime. There we go. And you can see the dock here. We have a bunch of pressure plates just because they look nice for drainage, and they make a nice little clicking sound when we walk. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm lagging. Is my render distance up too high? It is. My bad, my bad. I do need to get a new computer, especially with how this world has been going. Let's just get off this actually. I think it's causing it to lag a little bit. There's too many pressure plates. But you can see the shipbuilding area we were just in is rather nice. There is two of them. That's where we just were. And the neighboring dock system, whatever you want to call this, is right down here. The doors are pretty nice too. If I was good at redstone, I would figure out how to make piston doors and drop them all the way in so the water can come flowing through. But doing that would probably destroy a lot of things and buttons, so I'm not going to be doing that. So yes, we have the docks here. Like I said, I've been building this for the past 10 years. A little bit about me. I was a trial builder for Madness64's Conquest server. He is the legendary builder that built the city Theresen, and I always wanted to be on his build team. I was a little bit too young to do so, so they gave me a trial, and by the time I was actually good enough, that whole server kind of imploded. So I never really made the cut. But we have a nice little watchtower lighthouse here. This used to have some fire in it, and oddly enough, this was before I figured out the game rules, and there used to be actual netherrack with flames, and this whole roof here used to be wood, and let's just say it burnt down along with half the dock here. So I since smartened up. I turned on the no fire spread, as well as once campfires were added, I added a campfire instead. So I feel like it's a little bit more believable. But these docks, whatever you see here, isn't, I mean, it's done, but it's not populated. You can see the docks are still pretty bare. I'm going to be adding a lot of busy action, just try to make it seem more lively, because right now there's really nothing here on the docks. I think the only remnant you can see of adding some sort of action to indicate movement or life in this build right now is that crane pulling up what can hold some cargo. But yeah, this is still a work in progress, this entire world, and we're gonna have some fun with this. Now, this is one of the first buildings I built. As you can see, all the building, well, most of the buildings on this server are hollowed out for now. One, I'm a little lazy, and two, the idea eventually is to open up an actual server. Oh, I see a mistake. There we go. Open up an actual server one day and make it where it's kind of role-playing. So I'm kind of glad that the buildings don't have anything in them, because honestly, if anyone joins a server and they want to roleplay, they can, well, they can pick a house and have free range inside it. You can actually go underneath the docks here. This isn't done yet, but this is going to be, oh, this is really dark. My apologies. This is going to be more of like some black market underground trading stuff, or maybe storages. But you can see, I mean, it's all hollowed out, and it's a big space. There's a lot to do in so many different areas. So let's, where do we want to go? Let's go here, back to the left. Okay, you can see this dock is pretty large. Now, Morivvia is a port city, and that's why the dock is so large. And we're going to be walking through all of this. You can see some tunnels there. The tunnel isn't done yet, but yeah, this is going to be a nice little server tour video. Or, not even server, it's a world tour. Oh, here's that crane. Almost walked right into it. Nice little counterweights, levee system. Oh, there's the chest. I don't think that rendered in previously. But, yeah. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. This is going to be a long, long video. You can see, I'm going to fly around the port. You can kind of just see how large this thing is. And I actually do have some ramps here, so the larger cargo can be loaded up. Yep, and it definitely is those trapdoors, or pressure plates I should say, that are making my computer lag. Now for those wondering what type of computer I have to be running this with the shaders, I do have an RTX Titan with, I think it's an i9, possibly, or maybe an i7. It's a big difference, I know. I think it's an i7. If I've been building this world a long time, okay, here's a market, but yeah, I'm due for an upgrade very soon, because this computer, I mean, it's great and all, but can it run Minecraft? Well, it kind of can, but it's getting a little out of hand. The shaders seen in this video, this is the SEUS Renewed shaders. And the texture pack is the Conquest Reforged texture pack, not the mod. Hopefully they update it soon, because there are some newer blocks in the game that they have not visited yet, but that's okay. Now this build is, I don't know where to begin. It's very overwhelming. I try to have it on multiple different levels, so it's not, you know, it's not terraformed in a way where you're just building on flat ground. You know, because medieval technology, they didn't have that, so they just built where they could. This right here is a nice little small church. I've yet to do the interior on this one. Now, if you watched my last video, you did see I have a cathedral on the map. Luckily, the interior of that is completed. You know, cute little church. It does have these similar design cues, and I see a lot of builders out there, especially on Instagram, whenever they make builds, they have them so large and they're pretty detailed, right? And that's great and all, but I like it when it's more like an actual like one-to-one scale, like something that is believable, you know? It says believable for a church, the size of it at least. And I will say, when it is scaled smaller to Minecraft size, it's a lot harder to fit in details. If you go here, this is the church market. And with this texture pack, it's super cool. You're probably wondering what these are. These are shulker boxes. Each different colors have different items, spices, apples, I believe. Yeah, those are apples. For some reason, I always thought those were cherries, and I just realized they were apples now. We got some storage here, but see all this clutter? This is the liveliness that we need for the docks, like on all of the docks. Now, your average house in the server, once again, hollowed out, but 3 stories tall, so you have plenty of room to build inside. There are builds where the interior is completed, which is nice, and I will be showcasing those. Down here, it's pretty neat. It's a sunken tree, and honestly, I might put like a hidden exit or entrance to the catacombs in that little... Actually, no, that'll be an exit. Yeah, I'll put in a hidden exit to the catacombs. And yes, I do plan on having full catacombs, full size and length ones throughout this entire city. And yeah, you'll see. So, following this path, oh gosh, there's really a lot to show in this video. We have stuff like a blacksmith, going down here, a bridge so you can get down to, or this other island, I should say, across the channel. Nice little boat. Yeah, this build is very, very large. Maybe I'm a little bit too ambitious trying to showcase the whole thing in the video, but yeah, you got some really cool things. My apologies for the occasional click of the trapdoors, like that. I just tried to texture the walkways, as you can see, with the stone buttons, which look like rocks, as well as the pressure plates. So that's why you get the sound every once in a while. And yeah, following this, you have a nice little cart. And here, this is not complete, but this is going to be... I don't know what this is going to be. It's obviously going to be an exit for something. Maybe this is actually underneath one of the walls right now, which is pretty neat. Very dark in here, but you can follow that down for hundreds and hundreds of blocks. Maybe I'll have this be a closed off entrance to the catacombs. Maybe it'll be like a hold for people to escape to, or maybe it'll just be underground areas for slums. That could be cool, you know. Going over here, we have one of my favorite sections in all of the world. We have a nice little dock looking out to this section of the wall, and you're probably wondering what that is. Well, this is like a steel net pulley system I tried to design because, of course, if there's a waterway here, you need the water to get through, and obviously we need the pulleys if a boat, you know, a small boat, not a ship. Ships can't fit through this channel, but we need something if a boat wants to gain access to the city and they get approved. We can lift that on up and the boat can make it through. Now, all of these docks are pretty neat because they all have supports. And I made it look like the supports are rusted out. And I believe these are netherrack bricks and such. You can see cool little dock. It's turning nighttime. And yeah, we got some nice colors. I think we're going to get the Borealis. Yeah, you can already see it's blue up here, but we're going to change it back to daytime, as cool as the night is, because, you know, we're trying to see some things, and if it's nighttime, we can't really see all too well. I mean, you can, but yeah, that's the Northern Lights. Yeah, let's change it while we're here. There we go. And let's go back up this way. Now, as you can see, like I said, I don't like flattening out areas. I like it being a bit more natural. You can walk up this path, and you can see it's very randomized and close together. This is the other side of that blacksmith, cutting through here. Now, I took a lot of inspiration in the past from Madness, and over the years, I really turned it into my own style. You can see the color palette is very similar to his, but the builds look way different. Over here, this is a gibbeting tower. I tried to make the world as lore accurate as you possibly can for a medieval city. These were actually towers that they placed and put bad criminals or just people to die on, and they left their bodies to rot, essentially. So that's exactly what happened here. You see the redstone. Now, redstone in this on an item frame looks like blood. Is that redstone? Yeah, I think it is. Looks like blood. Maybe that's a custom painting. But either way, I should probably remove that, because if there's bones, that would be dry. That wouldn't be there anymore. Okay, moving on. These are the end crystal lights, not crystals, but the end rods. That's what they're called, end rods. Looks like nice little floating lights with ropes, of course, because they aren't actually floating. Going back down here to the church. Now, this is the one section of the world. I call this like the harbor town, just because it's pretty spread out. But you get into a really cool section here. This is gonna be an entrance to the catacombs, at least a blocked off section, most likely, I think. Well, if we go back this way, you're like, oh, this is like a cool little courtyard. Well, the money shot, if you turn around, is pretty neat. You have a nice little gallery there, as well as on the left, and it's pretty cool. I actually feel, I think this is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 10 homes, and I kind of redid the same style house, rotated them each, and then merged them all together, and the courtyard is phenomenal. I kind of want to recreate this somewhere else in the world, but of course I don't want it to look like, oh, it's just copy and pasted, so I gotta figure something out. You go to the right here, this is the way back to the market square by the church. But you can see there's some pretty cool section. Where's that sheep? There shouldn't be a sheep living in this area. This is a city. What? I bet he's underground. But yeah, going this way, you can see it's compact, but it's spread out as well. So this is that market square again. You can see exactly where we are. You walk through that way. We can go back through this section, and you just see it loops around, and it's pretty tight throughout all of this. I like this section here. We kind of skipped over it. This is a nice little walkway. You can see this is a man-made little channel or stream through here, and it looks really cool. I have to actually finish it, make that look better, of course, but you can see that it goes all the way up, and where does it actually end? Aha, it ends there. So I have to figure out where that water source is coming from and just make it a little bit more believable, but just try to split up the area. Now, for those interested, still watching the video right now, I do have this world on my Planet Minecraft, as well as on my Instagram, but most of the detailed videos will, of course, be here. You can see nice little bridge once again. None of this is completed. I took some shulker boxes, made a nice little water wheel, nice little house on the embankment here as I fly into the building. But this is quite possibly the smallest section in the town. You can see there is, well, the port town, I should say. You have a house in the wall, and then you have one more. And then this whole clump of buildings is the one we just toured, where we went over this bridge. And, well, with a little boat. Boats are super cool to make in this. You just put an actual boat, some signs, slabs, stairs, acacia buttons, a fence, and a banner. And it looks kind of like an Italian gondola. So, yeah. A little boat idea for you all, as well as the bridge. Now, if anyone sees anything that they like in this world, and they're like, oh, I want a building tutorial on that, just let me know down in the comment section. Give me some time, of course, because if it's an old build like this, I'm gonna have to figure it out again. Okay, but I'll get you a tutorial. Just don't give me something huge like a cathedral, because I'm not. I'll give you tips for building cathedrals, but I'm not gonna give you a guide on how, a brick or block by block guide on how I built mine. These are my horses. We have, oh, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong button. Where's my horses? Where's my, that's a screenshot. Oh, there we go. Okay. Why do I have items in my inventory? This is sorbet, and this is gelato. I named these after the JoJo characters. So, of course, I needed to name the animals so they didn't spawn in. well, I should say despawn, because they've already been spawned in. But you can see in this world we have quite a few of those. And there's some interesting names, questionable names sometimes, but yeah, this is the end of Port Town. You can see it's this is kind of my old building style. I mean, it's still the same, but this feels more like a town. It doesn't feel like a city. It's too spread out. It's not compact. Is that the word? Yeah, it's not. There's no close quarters. I mean, sure, there's stuff here, but it feels more like a town in a forest through here. So this is why we call it the Port Town, because it is my old building style. This leads back out to the port, as you can see. We have a cool little area, nice little walls down here. This is actually like a little keep, or maybe I'll put this like a wine cellar or a meeting place, but cool little room down here. I don't know if it's going to turn into anything else. And then over here is that tunnel we were discussing in the beginning. The tunnel actually doesn't lead anywhere, and then we just have a few extra buildings up here. But yeah, there's quite a few plans for this world. This building is probably going to be like a, I don't know, probably a trade house or trade appeal. Immigration, not immigration, but customs. That's, yes, a customs house. That's the word. So any ships that are imported goods, stuff like that. I can't even talk today. But anything that's brought into the city has to be reviewed. And of course, look, I'm finding mistakes. Why do I actually even have the pillars there? That's okay. We will revisit that after the video. Okay, moving on. Let's get past the old town, or Port Town, I should say. I keep changing the name, don't I? And go right on through here. So as you can see, like, this is the lower level of where we just walked. It's pretty neat because I don't know why I did this, but you have a cool little walkway down here. I might turn that into something else. But you have one of the smallest houses in the world right here. And it's actually quite livable. It's got a nice little balcony. And up here, you have a second floor. I don't know how livable this is. Actually, you can make it work. Just got to be a little creative, kind of like how I was when I built this world. And this is when the actual idea of the city takes hold. And it's compact, I must say. Now, you can see those trapdoors. These are really cool because these are like windows. You pushed out with little slits for the characters or players to look out of. But you can see, I mean, there's just a lot through here. And this is one of my favorite builds in the world. That one house on the corner. You can see the houses, they all share a similar theme, but they're quite different. As a matter of fact, it's been, I don't know, it's probably been 8 or 9 years since I've built this section. Probably 8 years since I built this house. And my style really hasn't changed. If anything, I feel like my style's gotten a little bit worse. Because I've built this world 10 years ago, but there's been a lot of breaks and inconsistencies with hiatuses in just my Minecraft career, because obviously it's hard to stay motivated sometimes. Going through here, we're going through one of the only furnished actual like normal homes. I don't know what this is going to be, but yeah, pretty cool. We have a nice little carpet. We have some banners. And we go up here, look, we have like the tree growing up here, so it's kind of a cool interior. Well, I shouldn't say it's fully furnished, just more so just the foyer. You know, maybe this could be like an apartment building. That would actually be nice. Yeah, this could be an apartment building or something. You have quite a few rooms. You can look out, kind of where we just walked, or we can go down towards the arena, which we will be showcasing very close. Oh, I forgot about this. This was in the cinematic. Those are ruins, and I will be showcasing those very soon. Excited to show you that, but this, you know, actually keeps going up in height. to like a little section up here. And of course, it's nighttime. But I tried to build this in a way where you can see, well, kinda. You can kinda see in the distance that, you know, it's lit up, but it's not lit up like a candle. I tried to spread out the lights on the interiors so it appears that different people are awake at nighttime in different rooms. It's not, the whole house isn't lit everywhere. Let's turn it back to daytime so we can see. So I've got a cool little courtyard here, and let's head on out to the right. Walking up, we have the crossroads here. This section, of course, isn't done. You can see the cathedral in the background. But yeah, today we're just, you know, as you could probably tell after the first, you know, 20-something minutes, that we're just walking around this world. And another reason why I'm walking around it is I can't make update videos if you really haven't seen the entire world. Now, this used to be custom armor, but I guess the recent updates in Minecraft has changed the custom armors or the item layers. So now it's just leather armor again. So I'm gonna have to get an anvil, rename them into something that does work. It's really unfortunate actually, because you can see leather should look like this, but yeah, it doesn't anymore. So hopefully they update the Conquest texture pack somewhat soon. I'm gonna try to get in touch with the developer of it, see if those can be salvaged, because there are some really neat custom things in this texture pack. But this is the Coliseum, or I should say the arena. It's not really a Coliseum, but you know, you have some bloodied sand, you have some skeletons in the corners, and this is really cool because the way I made this, I tried to make the seating around the arena high enough where if you go on the bleachers here, or the upper levels, you can still see most of the arena. And when you think about it, if you are fighting someone, actually, you're not going to be, I mean, you might get stuck in the corner, but if there's knockback, they're going to be all over the place. So the blind spots aren't really going to be that blind for that long. And then we have the third level here, and you can see the view doesn't really change. It just gets higher up. Now, if, oh, I forgot this. What is this? Does this go anywhere? No, I guess it just goes around and there's some, okay, that just goes around. Need to connect that to something. But, yeah, when I eventually make this into a server, maybe I'll make this like the only place in the map that's not peaceful. Well, not here, but inside the pit of the arena, and make that where PvP can happen. This up here is where the king, or the emperor, gets his view, and you know, he gets the best view. 'Cause why wouldn't he? You know, he gets right here, just like that. And of course, in the server, I'm gonna be the emperor. I mean, who else would be that? I'm not building this for someone else to rule the land, you know. So the arena down here, I do plan on completing it. You can see there's nothing down here. It's not even really detailed, and it's just blocked out. So I plan to put like actual slave quarters, training grounds, all that, like a full facility underneath. But there's a lot of work, and like I said, I'm showcasing this all to you, so you can see it all. Going to the left of the arena, this is gonna be like the slave house, the slave trade. Pretty nasty dark history type stuff, but how else are you gonna get people to willingly fight to the death in the arena? I sure as hell wouldn't sign up. So, you know, this is the building that they're gonna do it. That's why it's pretty grand, because you know, it is the dark ages, the middle ages, you know. So this is the way down to the underground of the arena. At least it's going to be. I've got so much work on my hands. Let's go through this way. This is going back to the port town, or old town is what I like to call it, because it is the oldest section. And you know, it's cool because I kind of hollowed out this pathway to make it seem like it's realistic, you know, see with the support beams and all. But this is pretty neat. You go this way, you can see the remnants of the old castle. And this was kind of like a fortress that once stood overlooking the sea, which is out of render distance because we turned it down with my computer that is now rapidly dating itself. But yeah, pretty neat build. We're gonna go up and explore that very shortly. But cool little section that overlooks the port, and you can see it, which is pretty neat. And it does work. It really does work in the port town, given how spread out it is, because you can tell it is old. I should add more ruins like this throughout the world, especially with the walls and stuff. So we're gonna showcase that very shortly, going back through the tunnel we just came through. Nice little balcony. I kind of forgot about that. You know, some of these buildings are just so old that I really forget about them all. Now, coming on through here, you got more of those hanging lights. Once again, we gotta contact the devs of this texture pack so they can fix those armors. We have a larger blacksmith area here, and this one is very cool. Actually, I mean, I enjoy it. Cool little house. And once again, you can see this time I actually built on a diagonal and has some alleyways. We're gonna visit that street anyways, so we don't need to take that alleyway. A little custom tree. Use some fences. Throw builder tip. And we have some stables. Why are there stables here? With some rope, of course. Well, the stables are here because we have an exit to the city right there. But wrapping around, let's just fly through this. You know, you kind of get the point. We don't need to walk through every building. But let's see. Well, that's blocked off down there because, you know, can't have anyone falling. Alright, let's see. Going up. Aha, here it is. Here is the backside of the ruins, and you can see the scaffolding. Trying to repair it, at least prevent it from falling down. And it's blocked off to the public. But if you're cheeky enough, you can just scoop on around it. You know, if you're some delinquent or something. And you can actually go in here. It's a clever use of levers. I kind of forget that I did that. Cool little support pegs. Look like they're made of wood or something. In here, this is actually blocked off. I forget. I think I put a bee's hive in here. Oh my gosh, that's tall. Maybe not. No, I guess it's just an old support beam. Oh, there's a... Okay, there's a button. So that means you must be... Can I actually get up? Oh, I can. Okay, I could have accessed that from the second floor. I just spoiled something I forgot about. Oh, well. It's fine. So going in here, you can tell it's in disrepair. You can actually enter and leave this wall. But tried to make it realistic. I actually, believe it or not, I don't look at anything for inspiration anymore. I don't even use photo examples, and that's probably going to be my downfall of this build, is that I don't use real world examples as my my build inspiration. Oh, I had to go down anyways. We'll go up here and kind of do some parkour, and that's how you get to that section. I believe if you do the right parkour in certain segments, you can make it all the way up to the top floor. How you do that, I forget. I really do. I'm kind of interested in... Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. You climb the vines. Yeah, you climb the vines and then you kind of parkour. Alright, we're not going to do parkour today, but if you're sassy enough, you could actually make it all the way up to the top here, which is pretty neat. And you, like I said, you do get a nice view. You could hear the bees. They've made a nest. Should probably put a little bit more of those. Oh, there's one flying right in. Or, you know, don't do parkour at all and just be smart. You know, just climb up here and just take the scaffolds up. I mean, that's actually just the... Yeah, that's the best way of doing it. What was I doing? Alright. Let's pretend we didn't go there. Make it daytime again. This is a cool little alleyway leading back to the gates. Cool little house there. See, there's the gate. And then we have one more alleyway. It's a cool little balcony. I need to make more of those throughout the world. We have a nice little alleyway here. Once again, I need to add clutter through all these. A lot of these areas aren't done, but they're very close, especially in this section of the world. Once again, I just need to make the streets a little bit more lively. And now you can see the backside of right here, where we just walked earlier. You can see the boats, and those are actually beds, believe it or not. What types of beds are these? Magenta beds, okay. Magenta beds, they kind of look like wooden benches, so that's what we're treating them as. Okay. Getting rid of the hand, kind of sick of looking at it. Alrighty, so we have the gate to the wall here, and I'm going to actually show you something really cool. So I'm going to need this again, so I'm going to get a bow. I try to make these walls as realistic as possible, and you'll see. So you go inside the wall, right? Now obviously you can walk at the top of the wall, or the gatehouse, you can look out. Now in this texture pack you can rename, I think it's iron, no, it's glass panes, and you can make them into arrow slits. Unfortunately, you can't shoot through them, so I did not do that. And sorry, you have to rename the biome and change the biome to that. I didn't do that, so I did these actual slits themselves. And you can see, you crouch, you can still fire out to the tree line. You look down, you can fire out, oh, almost. Alright, so you can see, right? You get the point. You're like, oh, that's not very good, is it? Well, it is good. You get a wide range of motion. See that? And you can't get hit. Meanwhile, the way I built these... Alright, so that's a blind spot. Anything closer than this, they can't fire, but by then it's too late, right? How far can you fire out? Let's see. Pretty far out. If you had a stronger bow and you had a good aim, that could work. Now, this is where this gets tricky, right? If I wanted to fire in, I'm sure this is probably the best way to do it, is far away. Okay? But even then, you're trying to thread it through such a small hole. Oh, there you go. Actually... Oh, it didn't go through. See, it went up, it hit the roof. If we go soon... Let's get rid of these arrows. If we go here and try to fire up, like, oh, well, I can see their heads, right? Well, even if I step out, I don't know, let's step out here, for example, and we want to shoot up into the archer. Like, oh, you know what, right there, I got it, I got him in the head, I hit him. Well, not quite. Look where it hit. If you are crouching, it's not gonna hit that area. And in most cases, you're actually going to end up hitting up there. And when you hit up there, you're not hitting the player. So, of course, the few arrows I did shoot, I have perfect aim with it. Maybe it's just a skill issue. In most tests, though, it's very hard to hit where the player would be standing, especially through those slits. So, going back down through here, we have the stables, and the stables, believe it or not, have a top to them. There's nothing here, but there will be one day. I don't know. Will I ever do interiors? Well, on the important buildings I will. So, going back through here, back to the blacksmiths. Now, Morivvia is home to many waterways, but before we get to the waterways, you see one of our first ones here with the bridge. We have this cool little home with the cherry blossom tree on the hill, and I think this is a nice little change from the rest of the city. Right by the wall, maybe this is like a guest house or someone like a noble would live, and it's got a pretty good view on the other side too, which I'll show you from the stream. reason why I'm not showing you the insides of a lot of these homes is, once again, they aren't complete, and then going out through this way, you know, it's not done, so there's some gaps still. But, you know, we'll patch those up in due time. But that's exactly what it's going to do. It's just going to take some time. So, you can see, waterway, it's not done through here, because there's just a lot of work to do. Now that Cherry Blossom Hill House, it's right up top here, as well as down here. It's a big one. It's like a mansion. So you get a nice view. You can see the drainage goes right on through. It's pretty guarded with the armor there. And cool little balcony for the people or the residents of these homes. They can go out and just enjoy. So yeah, we have a wider bridge, very similar style of the smaller one on the islands in the port town way over there. It's actually hard to believe how much we've already explored. And going back on this real quick, this is one of my favorite homes in the entire world, just because it's different. It's blocky. But yeah, going back up here, we have some nice use of some extinguished campfires. And this is probably going to be a pub downstairs here, because it is kind of sunken in the ground. You can see, you just follow this wall, and we're just going to run on through this, because once again, you see one house, you kind of see them all, even though the style is similar, but there's so many different variations to each one. We have another entrance, exactly the same, a different styled stable. That's what that's the name. Yes, a stable. This one's cool because the way you enter up the top, it's like that. It's much larger than the previous one. Alright, you can see there's a lot of things unfinished here. So, the first section's unfinished. We have a main road we started. You can see we haven't added any rivets with the stairs like we have over here, as well as the stones and the pressure plates. And that will be a continuing theme for the rest of the world here. So you're not going to hear any clicking or clacking for the most part. So these are some pretty large buildings. I'm thinking about making these like markets or like high-end department stores. I don't know the exact term that they'd be called in like a medieval world. I will find that out, and I will call them correctly when I do get the name. Okay, so moving through here, we have the High District, and the High District is like the high rent district. You can see some pretty cool storage. You can go up actually in that tower, which is pretty neat. And the reason why I say this is the High District is you can just tell it is a lot nicer through here. They actually have lights at night that don't hang, and it's pretty nice. You have a very beautiful home with a balcony. You have some stores, maybe someone that works on repairing shoes. And if you follow this path, those are those big department stores that I mentioned, and this just loops back around to where we came from. So let's follow this path some more, and we're gonna just explore as we have been doing for the past 40 minutes or so. This loops back around, don't need to really worry about that so much. But you can tell, you know, they share the same design, but they have different inconsistencies about them. Over here is a pretty nice little area. Some nice little floating candle boats. Very peaceful. I'm in love with the ceiling of this, and those are, believe it or not, those chandeliers are candles. I have barrier blocks underneath them, or I did, just to place the candles, and then I deleted them. So this is a really nice area here. You saw this one in the cinematic, and you know, if you haven't seen the cinematic, go check it out. It is pretty neat. Go support it. This world has been a long time coming, and it's still coming. I'm probably 40% done with it if I don't count the interiors. So we have another channel, waterway, really big, like a mangrove tree right there, climbing through the wall. Yeah, there's many things to be done on this this world still. I'm sorry. I thought I saw something in the corner there. Going back, that leads to the High District. That isn't complete. I'll loop it around back to those department stores. And anyways, that was the past 10 years. Well, minus the cathedral. We'll get to the cathedral. That was like the past 10 years, as well as the castle, which we'll get to. Everything I'm about to show you right now is all the work I've put in this world in the past month. And it is freaking crazy. So, yeah, here we go. The past month of work I've put in. I lied. I guess I did put some buttons and trapdoors down. We got a different blocky building here. You can see this is like the main style building. I will definitely give a tutorial on these small buildings here. I have those throughout the world. And as much as I would love to just take World Edit and just paste them throughout, I do use World Edit, but not for the buildings, because the buildings are just way too close together to do that. I usually just use World Edit to create cylinders, to create the randomization, because I got smart about it. Before I would just place it all by hand and it took hours to do pass. Now it just takes minutes. Here we go. This isn't, it's almost done, obviously. We need more buttons and everything. It's a cool little tree here. Nice big one. This is probably going to be another inn or something. You know, the buildings that don't have interiors or signs, they haven't been decided yet. I don't know why I'm going this way yet. I'm not done exploring this area. This is a little guide sign. I'm gonna have directions to different areas in the world on these. I gotta place these more throughout the world. Obviously nothing is written here because I need to come up with names of things. This is a cool little alleyway. There's gonna be tons of these in the world where there's just dead ends. And wow, look at that. I actually filled up that little section, surprisingly. Really like the use of the spruce leaves here. You can see that needs to be terraformed, and I need more homes. Same over here. I need more homes, terraforming, but cool little view of the channel. This is one of my favorite builds recently. This is the Drunken Oarsman, and this is going to be like a tavern in the top, and then down here, it's pretty cool. It's docks, and this is how you get on the actual channel, the waterways. So, really cool build. I love it. And the Drunken Oarsman is super cool because when you look around it, you get the supports. They're all rusted out. You can tell, like, it's sturdy. You know, maybe I need to make it a little bit more sturdy. We'll see. But I still want it to see, like, you can see through it. So it's a thin line I'm walking there. Alright, so this channel actually continues on. We'll be showcasing that soon. Moving back on through here. Okay. As I was starting to walk this way, you have a really tall building here, showing a lot of the design cues of the previous ones, reusing a lot of the previous tower designs, because, you know, it's nice to design new, like that's a new design right there. It's nice to design new things, but it needs to still fit the common theme, so we need to reuse some assets and design cues that were previously used. Right here is another little dead end. I'm just going to show you. Pretty neat little hidey hole. Gotta really make these streets more light. Did I see? Aha. No, I think I'll leave that grass block. Not bothering anyone. Over here is actually the smallest house in the server. Or world. Maybe I'm gonna make this like the home for the gardener, the groundskeeper, the cathedral groundskeeper home, or one of them. But you have a ladder up, and wow, the interior is actually complete on this one. You can see you have a nice little custom armor set. You have a little painting that's actually in an item frame. You have it's just very cozy in here. You have your bed, little candle, and the carpet. So yeah, nice little cozy home, smallest one in the world. I gotta do that for the rest of the homes, honestly, but I don't know if I have the motivation to do that. we have the cathedral. And I have yet to name this body of water. It's not, I haven't enclosed it all in yet. As you can see, I kind of stopped the wall there. But, what the hell? Why is that there? Okay. Anyways, moving on. This isn't done. This is just an entrance to another house. You can see all the houses, once again, hollow, but pretty decent in size for a lot of these. So, there's plenty of room to build. So moving on to the church. Now, in the cinematics, you might notice something with the church. It is a bit different. The front of it got a facelift. Now, before we do that, over here, just more docks. And you can see we have those boats. What I like about the boats, these ferries, is you change the banners, and it changes the whole aesthetic of the boat. And of course, I can change the wood. I might actually do that to add a bit more variation, but we'll see. I'm only using that wood because it matches the fences and the fence gates here. Okay, a few floating that's the castle wall. Okay, so you might notice that the cathedral looks a bit different. If it doesn't look different, then go watch my other video. The front of it is different. I just changed this last night, actually. Before we move on to that, I think I named a fish here. What is this? Fin. Yes. Clever. Fin and shark. Okay, those names aren't very clever, are they? I've got better ones. Don't worry. Don't worry. So, yeah, this actually used to be a wooden section right here. Used to end. And these windows here didn't exist. The cross didn't exist. And, this wooden roof right there, you can still see a little bit where the cursor is. That's where the roof line was. And I just felt like the towers, don't get me wrong, the towers look better on the other side at that height. However, from the front, which is the main attraction of a cathedral, it kind of looked like it was too wide and it was just slapped together. So I adjusted that, and I also brought out this circular wall, added more windows, and I brought it out by like 3 blocks. It looks so much better. Moving inside the cathedral. This is a big build, and it's fully furnished. So, my apologies. My dog is barking in the background frantically. I think she wants a cookie. Hopefully somebody gives it to her. Bless her little heart. So, yeah, this is a really neat build. And we have all the pews, we have the books, and this is the cross from the cinematic, the glowstone cross that I did the cinematic flying up. We have the candles that people light for the prayers, and nice little awning or canopy, is that the correct word, with the leaves, and the chandeliers. I really like the rafters up top, so if that's what we call them. For the supports, it looks really pretty. Just the line work with the arches. But yeah, super cool build. Once again, didn't take inspiration from anything, just kind of winged it, and I'm very happy with it. Of course, I've seen larger, and it kind of makes me feel bad, especially knowing this is supposed to be a great cathedral. It's on the smaller side, but it's not too small, and I have to remind myself comparison is the thief of joy. So I will try not to compare myself to others, because I've come a long way in my past 10 years of building. And believe it or not, these are beds. I use commands to cut them in half, and it works beautifully. So beds, signs, a door, and a banner. I'm not going to touch them or try to sit in them though, because I believe they will break if I do that, which I'm not going to do. Now, few hidden things about the cathedral. 1. Entrance to the catacombs. This is not done at all. This is a work in progress. As you can tell, it's literally a work in progress. This is the start of the catacombs, and I'm going to try to make this as creepy as possible down here. And you can tell, like, it's just old, it's run down, there's bones, it's scary, and oh fuck, actually scary. What the, oh, okay. Yeah, it's this is gonna be a cool section, and these catacombs are gonna get deep, and they're gonna go on throughout the entire city. And if anything, I actually need to make the catacombs a bit darker, stars. They're a bit too bright for my taste right now. You go up here though, and there's more. There's more catacombs. We actually can't even see here, so let's grab a torch. Yeah, that's just another little burial site. So, yeah, we're gonna have some pretty neat builds on this world, and like I said, these are gonna span throughout the whole city. And I actually am making oh no, see, I need to get in contact with the devs. The netherite armor used to be so good. Yeah, I want to make like dungeons and lore and quest lines for my friends when they eventually play this in years time, whenever it finishes. And I think it would be really cool. And that's why I have stuff like the netherite armor down there. It's like something that you can only acquire going to the catacombs, because it's going to be difficult down there. Oh well. Oh yeah, this is super cool. So let's go this way. Out here you have the curtains, and then you have like the paintings. Or that's not even a painting. Yeah, I mean murals. I'll call them murals. But going out here, it's the same on the other side. You have one of the exits. You have some more holy water, and you have a nice little fountain with some hop rocks. You don't actually need to hop over these the way they're designed, but nice little garden around the church, and as you can see, it's lit up beautifully. Turning it to day. My apologies. I know you probably want to see it at nighttime, but this is one of my first Minecraft videos, so I don't know how it's gonna see at night. Like, I don't know how dark it's gonna be. You can see, cool little garden. This fountain, I hate to say it, this fountain is not original. I went on Instagram and I saw a fountain idea. I was like, wait a minute, that's super cool. The only thing that's original about the fountain here is the amount of fences, as well as the color coding and these potters here with the leaves, and the types of blocks. So the bottom half though, like, that's not my design, but you know, building small scale, I've never been good at fountains, and yeah, I need a little bit of help on that one. These are custom trees from the Conquest mod that I was able to paste in, which is nice. I like the birch variations. And then over here, this I'm going to change. I'm not even going to show it to you. Those are just like stables, and those are going to be like the church stables. And then you have another exit over there. I'm not going to show that to you because, like, I'm going to get rid of them. You can see, I mean, there's a lot of work through here. And you can see it's all super detailed, and it doesn't just stop. It goes all the way down. You can see the stone goes all the way down to the floor. So yeah, there's tons of work here. Goes all the way back out to the channel, and that's a deep channel. I actually made an Instagram post on this. My Instagram, if you're interested, guys, it has lore about the city. The lore, you know, I just plug it into an AI, and I add what I want to add, and I like tweak this, make it better, add this, and it, you know, it's cool stuff. All right, before we explore more of the cathedral, we have some areas to look at outside of the cathedral. Now, I'm going to show you this Easter egg. The world is going to be filled with these Easter eggs, but these are burial sites. You know, honorary burial sites behind the church. And like I said, this is a world in which I'm creating lore. So it says, in memory of the shielded saints. And if you actually go in here, there's a book. And it says, in the darkest days of the Red Epoch, the shielded saints stood unbroken, a band of fearless guardians who gave everything. Bound by unwavering faith and courage, they faced relentless shadows and never faltered. Though all fell in battle, their sacrifice forged a legacy of honor and hope that still shields the world. May those who visit here remember their strength, their unity, and their enduring spirit. The Lord is my strength and my shield. Okay, I'm not going to take the book. I'm going to keep it there. So we have some lore drops, and there's actually a little Easter egg. You come on over here. It's hidden behind this rose bush. Click on the lever. You're like, oh, that didn't do anything. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It's right here. I don't know why I did make the noise though, but that's okay. It lowered this. You can see the skull of one of the shielded saints. And you look down, there's a chest. And right here, look, you have an elven plate. You have more. And these have some enchantments. And I think these are, is this gold? Let me just check. Is this gold? It is gold. So a nice little gold enchanted armor. Let's and then we have a book too. Oh, and look, we had the ceremonial halberd. So you got the custom weapons in this texture pack. To get these, obviously, you just name them in an anvil. So it's super cool. And then you have the name of the shielded saint, and you know he has his story. And yeah, if you want to read that, you can pause. I'm not gonna read it all because I don't want to spoil all the fun. But yeah, there's some cool Easter eggs in this world, and I should say I, because I'm a solo builder here. I plan on making more. So I don't know why I can't hear that. Let me turn this up one more time. Let me see if I can hear this. No, wow, interesting. I could not hear that at all. Okay, let's go to the top of the church, because the church just isn't the ground floor. I tried to make it as functional as possible. Okay, so moving on. The church, for the most part, is done on the inside, at least the base floor. I might add some more things to the sides. We'll see. I don't want to make it too crowded, though. Moving up to the towers. We can walk around them. Going all the way up. This obviously needs to be redone. It's rather ugly through here. But I just wanted to get the layout, and that's why. Coming out here, you get to that first balcony. You can look out right here. Nice little view. You can tell that all this needs to be done. That's okay. We'll eventually do it. Continuing upwards. You're up to the second floor. Second floor needs some work. I don't know what to do here because honestly, it's so nice. I'm probably gonna get rid of a lot of these lanterns. I don't know how much I really like them all, but the lighting is cool. You know, I forgot that there's light source blocks that I can get as well, and those will get the job done as well. But really cool area. There's nothing really here though, so I gotta figure out what to do. I was thinking about maybe putting like organs up here, but it's just so tight. I don't know how I would do that, but the view is pretty nice. And then up top, I mean, the roof up here is one of my favorite sections. I mean, it's so pretty, just with the arches, and yeah, it's really neat, especially with the chains hanging down, holding up the chandeliers. This is the wall that I've actually put out another few blocks, and it's actually lets more light in now, which is really neat. Let's continue up. Wait a minute, was that something I saw? No, it wasn't. Okay, let's continue up. Let's go this way though. Up one more time. Alrighty. Oh, I forgot there's a trapdoor. Now, if we continue on upwards, we actually get to the top of the tower, and this goes for both. You can see how tall this structure actually is. We go down. No, that's right. I need to add connectors because I can actually walk up here now. This is the new section I did just yesterday. I need to kind of fence this off because this would be a little dangerous to walk on the roof here. Just like that. But, you know, maybe fence it off right here. Gotta figure it out. But yeah, you can go up there. But, let's go here. Yeah. Alright. This is what I did yesterday too. This is inside those window panes. Like, super cool area. And, look. Top floor. This didn't exist before. Where you could look all the way down. So that's super neat, and you can actually look outside of the cross, and you know, that's just the way back to the other one. You go out here, same side for the others. Look, you can actually walk up the top of the cathedral, and this is how you get to the bell tower. So yeah, I just wish they had larger bells in Minecraft, because this bell's a little small for a build this size. But you know, it's still cool. You know, it's actually functional, so I guess that's nice. You know, So it's functional, so that's all really matters. But you can tell it's a cool build. Functional walkways go throughout the entire cathedral. I'm not going to walk my way back down because that would take a little bit too long. Moving on to what I built this month. Nice little area for this lake here. You see that whole coastline. And yeah, that's a cool building with the balcony. I need more balconies, like I said. I'm obsessed with them. They're super cool. But I got to make this prettier. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I'm thinking like this is a little bit... Like this pond is closed in, believe it or not. I'm thinking about adding an island. My friends told me to add a bridge to the island, but I feel like that would be too busy. So maybe just an island with trees and some docks. You can only get there by boat. I don't know. We got to think about it. A lot of decisions to be made. Going over here, we have some gardens on the other side of the cathedral, with a nice barrier between the cathedral and the town, or the city, I should say. That's the memorial that we just saw. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I just have to add a lot. Looks like I added those stone buttons, like I said. Okay, moving down. Let's go this way, because this is the area that's more grown up than the others. Okay, so this is the church market. This is gonna be like the main market of the city. I think this is actually the largest market we have built. I don't know why I keep using the word we, because I'm a solo builder on this. But you can see there's still many things in which need to be done. You have a cool little water well. I mean, hey, that's neat. I like that. Goes pretty deep too, but wait, does it? Did I do that properly? I did, okay. It was an illusion. I was like, why is it not look? Oh, that's super cool. That is super cool with the sunset. Why is the light going so fast? So let's change the day. Okay. So there's some custom armor. I like the custom armors, they're nice. Yeah, typical market. A lot of things for sale. It's a really neat building. And let's go around this way. This isn't done over here, obviously, but it eventually will be. Like I said, we can't have update videos without showcasing the world. And I'm just really making this. Oh, this is the interior that's done. See that? I can do interiors. I told you I can. I just choose not to. This is the little area which you can look out, which is pretty nice. That's cool up there. Actually, while making that, I was listening to Korean. I'm trying to learn Korean in my downtime, but or I want to. Unfortunately, I have yet to learn the writing system, Hangul, and this Minecraft world is actually stopping me from learning Korean because I need to hunker down and focus on learning Hangul, and I can't learn that through audio. I have to actually sit down and practice and memorize, and I'll get there eventually. Maybe after the Minecraft world. This just leads to the other side of right here, which you can see the nice little garden, and moving back on past the market. Now, yeah, this is a whole section that's done. This is actually really cool. And I'm going to show you at nighttime, even though I just force changed it. Nope. Time set. Oh wait, I don't want to change. Yeah, let's go 14,000. I can't press the number 2 on my keyboard because that will actually stop the recording. So I have to be careful in what I type in. But you can see the lamps, the hanging lamps. They look really nice at night. And it's not too much. It's just right. But let's make it daytime again. And all of this right here was last night. Started building these. I don't know why. I need to connect these and figure out what... Oh wait, no, that's why. That's why I deleted those. Okay, yeah, I have to figure out what to jut out from there because I don't want it to appear the building's floating. I almost just ruined my own thought process. So this is a really neat building, or buildings, I should say. really tight in through here. But yeah, there's some cool thing. Oh wow, look at that. I already found a mistake. Oh no, there we go. It's like, why did I just delete that? That's better. Okay, get rid of you. Despawn, please. Okay, so all these buildings were yesterday, as well as the top of the church, and these took quite some time to make. But yeah, you can see, like, when I say my building style, I feel it's gotten worse. Because it's very similar. I mean, you can tell that these are two identical ideas attached together. But over here, it looks much better. So I guess I just need to touch up the back sides, you know, build the overall structures, and then add the battlements and the other spires and stuff to them, and it'll all work out in my favor. This is another small home. This is another one of those garden houses. This isn't done. As you can see, there's no buttons or anything, but that's okay. This right here. Let me just cut on through this little alleyway. Yeah. Alright, here's another entrance or exit to the city. And this is what I use World Edit for, is the terraforming. See how I flattened it out? Obviously, I don't plan to keep it flat. I just had to flatten it out for this wall because I didn't want to... I mean, the wall's already, you know, the wall's already increased in height. I didn't want to increase it like another 15 or 20 blocks because it was a pretty tall mountain. It would have been so uneven. So, we got another one of those gibbeting towers. The base of this one is different. The result is still the same. Absolute carnage. We have more stables. And this is a really cool bathhouse up through here. This is the Hinoki Koi bathhouse. There's nothing in it yet, but it's massive. So, I plan to have hot springs and stuff through there. And this is just the other side of that little pathway. But yeah, it's probably gonna be one of the few Japanese families living within the city, and that's also why the cherry blossoms. I don't know why. Yeah, I guess they set up camp by the cherry blossoms. Reminds them of home. We've got you know, we got another blacksmith. I'll show you the front of the bathhouse while we're here. This is not from yesterday. Okay, this is all the past month. If I built this all in one day, I would, oh my gosh, I would need more than myself. I need like 10 of me. But this is a really cool build. I'm in love with this. You can tell it's got some Japanese themes within it, and it still carries the rest of the theme and color palette of the rest of the world. So I need to build more builds like this, like a library and stuff, even though medieval commoners could not read. So yeah, we gotta come up with some creative ideas. But here's the best names. We've got Splash Gordon and James Pond. I don't know what they're like stuck. Those names are clever. I should rename the others. Come up with something a little bit more creative like those. Yeah, that's the bathhouse, and these levers are so cool because they look like little supports and, you know, some like little decoration, and there's a nice little sign. So going through here, there's just a way back down that way through that alleyway we went through. There's the house. The path is going to connect all the way and then split as well. But we have a lot of work to do. Oh my gosh, I'm not looking forward to this. You know, you guys are lucky I'm showcasing this on YouTube, because the amount of work I could actually do if I didn't make a YouTube video on this. I mean, we're already over an hour in. I could have been building for an hour. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm, excuse me, I've been getting over a cold, and I've been talking a lot, so my throat's dry. I'm actually making these videos, once again, to hold myself accountable, because this has been a world I've been working on and off for the past 10 years, and I don't want another 5 years to pass. I'm like, well, I haven't done much. Like, I would like to finish this year, or maybe next year. I'd like to finish the city this year. How about that? And then anything after this year, I would like to do more things, like outside the city. Dungeons. This is cool. Hemlock and hemp. This is gonna be like a hemming company. I heard a button. I need to add more. Alright. So you can tell this is a really cool street. This is right up against the wall. And I love that build. That's more recent. Yeah, here's that gradual decline. Change in elevation. I just don't really care for this street because it's so straight. But maybe if I add some items, make it busier, you know, look more susceptible. Or acceptable, I should say. Okay, let's see. Going through here, we've got more buildings. And before we wrap up this video, of course, we're going to showcase the castle. We aren't there yet. We're almost there. This is a cool building. You have another gate to let in the boats. Closing it off, you have the entrance to that same building, lower level. And then over here, it's not done, obviously. This is going to be a secret entrance to a club, and then to the left is probably going to be to some sort of guild. Like, if anyone's ever played Skyrim, which I'm in love with Skyrim, that's going to be like the Thieves Guild, or perhaps the, oh gosh, I forget what it's called. It's the quest, the Assassins, whatever the Assassins are called. The Dark Brotherhood. It'll be something similar to that. And I don't know, yeah, I do Minecraft content, but if, you know, if you're still watching this video over an hour in, and you listen to that, you want me to play Skyrim, I will record Skyrim for you all, and I will upload it to this channel. Of course, the Minecraft will come first, so I'll have to balance it out. But yeah, these streets just kind of loop around, and, you know, they all lead back to the bathhouse area. We just came from that section over there, and yeah, you can just weave in through these buildings. There's like one main street, and then the rest of these you kind of just, like I said, you just weave in and out of the buildings. So it's a bit different from what I usually do, and I feel like this is the exception over here because it is the corner of the world. So yeah, you can tell the it's right up against, and this is all the past month, this entire corner. So I am making progress, and that, like I said, it's all from yesterday. I'm making progress, but it's taken a long time. Another bridge and another boat. Like I said, you change the banner color, you change the whole idea of the boat. This is really cool though, with the lever system, how you raise it. Look what I did with the item frames attached to more item frames with levers. It kind of, from the ground here, see, it kind of looks like us. That's actually a really ugly view from that. But far away, it looks nice. Yeah, if only this was a larger scale build. I mean, the scale's large. I should say only the scale of each build, or each item within the world was larger. I can make that look a lot better. But given the size that we are trying to make this a realistic scale in an unrealistic game, I think I did pretty decent. You have a nice little balcony here on this little house in the corner. And yeah, that's it for this section. Other than that one house that's kind of hidden by the tree. I don't know if I should take down the tree or not, because it is a really cool house, but there's a lot of open space without that tree. The top of the house looks like this. So just like the others in the world. So I don't know. Thoughts on the tree? I might get rid of the tree. We'll see. Making it daytime again because we will need the light. Over to our last section of the world, the castle. We do have one more entrance over there. Over here, I'm probably going to do one more courtyard. And this is where I was thinking of building similar to the one in the port / old town. But I don't want to copy it. So I gotta take it, be inspired, and create something unique but feels similar if not the same. You can see the channels all done here. Don't really need to show you too much that. That's leading to the drunken ore right over there. And let's go inside the castle. What I really like about this is it kind of looks like a face. You have the eyes, you have the nose, you have the mouth. And my apologies for the lag. This section of the build always makes my computer mess up because there's so many. All the interiors, by the way, of the castle are done because this is where I'm gonna live, in the server, of course. A lot of moving parts, like the banners. Like, there's quite a lot to make it lag. So if it starts lagging a bit too much, we are going to turn down the render distance. But you have the castle market here. Really cool. Nice little dream catcher. I believe that's what they're called. No, it's not. That's... My apologies if I don't know what that's called. Recruitment flyer. Oh, I need to add more of those. What is this? Oh, it is a dream catcher. Okay. And bank advertisements. Okay. So more shulker boxes. You know, just made this whole area a bit more lively. Have to do this once again for the rest of the world, while not without making it too cluttered, of course. This is a really cool water feature. The only place you can actually fall in is the sides here, but you know, if you're just running, like you won't fall into the sides. Over here is the stables for guests. You know, horses are not allowed in the cave to get up to the castle. Over here, I did make a man-made waterfall. It looks very, very nice. Might need to terraform this a bit more, but I think it looks good for the most part. You know, I'm trying to terraform in Minecraft where it still looks natural to Minecraft. Not natural to real life, but natural to Minecraft. Because this is a vanilla world. Up here, that's where the king can address the people without actually leaving the castle, which is really cool. And we'll go out on there later. And then there's the little insignia. This is the only way up to the castle. This whole cave system. Really cool cave tunnel. Decorated, made this whole thing. It's really cool. And we're gonna walk it. This might get a little dark. If I lit this properly, it won't. But you can just tell there's a lot of detail. There's a lot of gems. Like this is, I don't know what I should call this. Gemstone cave. Hall of the Gems. But this essentially is to showcase the king. I'm going to say the emperor, because this is like, the realm is so large. That's exactly what he's going to be. The emperor's wealth is displayed within this cave. Because, I mean, this cave is just, it's nice. And this cave, believe it or not, is hollowed out by hand, and that's why it looks like this. And I think it looks good. It looks natural for the most part. Looks like a natural cave, minus all the gems, of course, but I think the gems are cool. Alright, so, yeah, it is lagging a little bit. I think we'll be okay. So, we have a moat. We have the wall for the castle. So, we aren't in the castle yet. We're in the castle grounds, though. This, by the way, there's no wall for the city on this whole section. For obvious reason. It's a sheer cliff. Like, this is a massive, I mean, like, yeah, no army is climbing this. So, this I did world edit in with, sand. Thankfully. So, I gotta actually get rid of the grass. It looks rather ugly. Sheep. Yeah, you can see the wall ends there. And that's the stables, and we already went through all that section. But the wall ends there because no army is going to invade this section. I might have to do a little wooden wall with guard outposts because I bet there's going to be that one mountain climber that wants to assassinate the emperor, and we need to protect him. I mean, we need to protect me. Who am I kidding? So, yeah, I got to figure out that situation. But naturally, we have no giant wall because it just, no one's going to be invading a cliff like that. Unless you're an army from Hollywood. There's a nice little drawbridge over the moat. Cool battlements. Some farmland. And this farmland is honestly just to really treat the, actually I don't know what this is for. I think I just made it because it looks cool. I should come up with some lore, maybe expand it. Has some more farmland in here, so if the tower, the castle is ever under siege, or the city is. You know, the king at least will survive. The people might not, but the emperor will. Alrighty, so we've got a cool little courtyard. This is the emperor's. This is my personal collection of animals. We have Grum, which actually should be Dinnerbone. Make him all sit down. I think I command blocked him in like this, so I could give him a custom name. Grum is actually a like a family name of like one of my relatives. So I try to make things personal, and obviously not going to give out too much information because that's exactly what it is. It's personal, but you know, cool little things to make the world a bit more my own. Then we have this pig, which this is literally just Latin for pig. So pretty funny. Over here we have Bean, a very, very fast horse. It's like max stats. And then the other one we have is Hades, and he also has near max stats, but I think Bean has more health. But they both run the fastest, they jump okay, but they have the fastest speed. So yeah, Bean is just slightly better than Grum, and I mean that in every way personal. Up here you can see the and all the stables actually have this. Up here is trapdoors, and that's so the people working can take the hay and they can kind of shove it through the floor or the roof. I like the apples here. The apples in this texture pack, I believe, are flower pots. So pretty cool use of those. And to get up to that section I showed you, it just simply through the ladder, and there you have it. And you can go all the way up to the top of the roof. We don't need to see that. And these, wondering how I got the ladder that way, I use barrier blocks. Like, that's the best use of barrier blocks. You use it for ladders. Going up here, we have the King's Gibbeting Tower, and this, oh, we have a new victim. There he is. Now, I don't know why this NPC actually isn't moving. Oh, there he is. Okay, he saw me now. Okay. But this one, you know, you can climb in every one, but this is pretty cool because this, you go up, and that's how you get there. But going back down, like I said, everything in the this castle area is fully furnished. You have some approved merchants. It's Kenneth. He's trying to sell us okay, some legumes. And who are you? Gustav. What are you trying to sell? No, it doesn't show it. Beetroots. Thank you. Yeah, there's some cool salespeople up here, and yeah, some more dream catchers. Cowboy hat. Should probably get rid of that. Not a period piece, or it's not correct for the period. And let's change the surrender distance because I'm lagging. I need to get a better computer. I'm telling you. This computer was great 6 years ago when I bought it, but now it's just starting to hurt. All right, so first section. Actually, this isn't furnished. I lied. I need to make this accessible so they can close the portcullis here. But you can see, look, I have a section where they can pour the oil, the burning oil on whoever's stuck in this portcullis. Then we have the drawbridge, and you have some guards looking out. There's one sneaking there. See, once again, very hard to hit. Just shows the head. Campfires, some railroads, and you can look down here. Now, up top is a little chapel above the gatehouse, and I was doing research. Most castles had chapels on top of the gatehouse, and the reason being is they believed that it offered divine protection above one of the most important sections, if not the most important section of any castle. So yeah, we did a chapel there. We have a larger portcullis with more sections for oil. And you could just tell it's not lagging while we're in here because we aren't loading all the entities. And of course, when we look out and the entities starting to lag, I need a new computer, guys. Maybe if I finish this, I start selling them out. Well, I'm not selling it. Maybe I make a Patreon. Like, guys, please, I need a new computer. This is for a new computer fund. I can continue making my Minecraft world. Alright, so this is the main living quarters straight on with the throne room. We're going to visit that. We're going to visit it last. We look on to the left here. And this is really cool. So this is the kitchen for the servants to use for the emperor. And some really neat stuff here. Nice little hide. Very cozy inside. So say, like I said earlier, I can do interiors. We do have a quote from my late grandmother. And may she rest in peace. One of my favorite quotes. Alrighty. So that's a cool little... Oh my gosh. My apologies for the lag. You can see the food though. I don't know why it's lagging so much. I gotta check my shader settings. Maybe my computer's just going. I mean, I am... Actually, wait. No. I am recording while playing Minecraft. So, maybe that's it. Normally I don't get this, but I normally don't record. Oh yeah, sorry. What is this? This building is the bottlery. And this is, like the winery. This is where they bottle things and see all the barrels that hold the beer and the ale and the wine and... Well, I don't know why beer would be in there. Let's just say wine. I don't drink, guys. I don't drink. In here is where they come up with new drinks in here. So pretty neat little section, furnished, cozy. But let's leave this place. Try not to make it lag too much. Right here is when this eventually switches to a survival world. This is going to be all of the Emperor storage in here. Well, the exterior storage. And this is going to be like blocks for cobblestone and just mass blocks that we don't really care about too much. Or this could even be gold. Like this could be the currency for the treasury. I don't know. Going through here, this is really cool. This is the barracks. Because of course the army needs to be closest to the emperor to protect him. So this is the barracks inside. It's really neat. This is the bottom floor. This is the actual armory. This is where all the weapons are gonna be, all the armors. You can see the halberds up there, the shields, you know, really cool room. You go upstairs. Oh no, see, like I gotta fix that. But you go upstairs, and this is where they live. It's where they sleep. All the bunk beds. And then you have the map for, I guess, battle plans. So, yeah, super cool area. And you can actually go up top. Oh, you can actually go out here. Look out. Pretty neat. My apologies for the lag. My computer can only take so much. So you can go up here, and this is really neat. You can walk the walls of the entire castle. And that's what we're going to do, because I want to show you that chapel. Going out here. Is chapel straight on? No, this is for the portcullis. Ah, yes, the portcullis. This is where you can shoot out. There's another layer to also shoot out more arrows down here. And the same goes for the other side. The battlements in this place are crazy. And then up here, that guy kind of jump scared me. You have the top level where you can walk around. And once again, shoot out. Do your business. You got that guy just straight up chilling. So yeah, this is the section here. Let's try to find a way into the chapel. And oh, it's right here. Duh. Okay. Chapel. There's 2 doors. What is this? Oh, okay. Gotcha. I know what that is. So here's the chapel. Very small, but it's cute. So I really like this. This is gonna be like the private ceremonies and all that. So this is where like actual like this is where marriages and such will take place that are political marriages, right? Whereas like that's when the actual deals will get done, and once the peace deals are actually done, then they'll hold or reenact the ceremony in the cathedral. Up there you can just go all the way up top and you can walk the walls, look down, which the render distance I shortened, so it's you can't see out right now, but yeah. Go up there again. This is cool. Actually, we don't want to go there yet. Let's work our way down. But you can see once again now you can fire into the courtyard, and you can do all that. Let's work our way back down through the barracks. I really want to show you. Oh my gosh, this... I don't know if it's this shader that's just not optimized. This texture pack, honestly, is only a 32 by 32 texture pack. So I think it's just the shaders is unoptimized. I have to check. This is the SEUS renewed shader. Could also be my computer. I do have a lot of RAM allocated to Minecraft though, so maybe it's just unoptimized. Okay. Moving on, we have the dungeon with the shackles. Similar design cues to the catacombs, but it's not as bad. Some wanted posters. Look at the run. Yeah, this is cool. So, Ron, that's gonna be the warden, probably. I don't know. Actually, wait, that looks like a barrel. Like, I know exactly, it's like a custom mob you can add with commands with this texture pack, and it's this guy just wearing this giant basket. It's pretty funny. But, yeah, you got where the prisoners are. That guy's seen better days. This is gonna be very dark probably for you all. I was looking up medieval dungeons as well, and these holes, I forget what they're called, but they actually used to throw people down them and just leave them to die. It's rather barbaric. That's exactly what I did here. Yeah, just left them in a hole, and it was like a hole where they couldn't move. Like, they literally just couldn't move or do anything. So, yeah. Some cool stuff. Some very cool stuff. Small dungeon, but, you know, it fits theme. This is a pressure plate. So cool. This is the torture chamber. You got the flies, which I think I just changed the biome. These are actually cobwebs. Yeah, they're cobwebs. We have the large lumber saw, which, take note of any Amnesia game, that's, let's do this for light so we can actually see. Let's just say, it's keeping this YouTube friendly, that was not used, or that is not used for lumber in, this, this application. So, alright, I'm gonna walk out with this torch so you can see it, just in case the video is a little bit too dark. And yeah, that's the, oh no, yeah, they updated the shader and stuff. It used to throw it out and the torch would, oh well, it's fine. Alrighty, let's change it to day one last time. Wrap up this video. So yeah, pretty cool castle with a courtyard. Let's go into the throne room and the living quarters, and then the video will practically be done. I will showcase you just about everything on the server. So here we are, the throne room. Now this room is actually much wider than it appears, but I felt it was a little bit too wide given its length. It's not too long, so I shortened things up and made it a bit more narrow with these chiseled bricks, and appeared it to make look like a different arches and all that. And the levers, I think, are a great touch here, because it just adds that extra flair to things. As you can see, the walls are pretty wide. We do have banners on either side to look like tapestries hanging down, and then we have the Emperor's armor right here, which normally I would be sitting in if I was playing. Like so. Oh, I'm still wearing the gold. I gotta take that off. Actually, I have to destroy it because that's supposed to be a special artifact. But yeah, we have the nice little throne here. Pretty neat. Now, you know how I mentioned earlier how the Emperor or the King would address the subjects without leaving the castle? Well, go down this path, and you can do just that. And look out and address your subjects that are met in the courtyard without actually leaving the home. I should probably put up a gate there too, to prevent archers from taking out the Emperor. But, you know, if security is good enough, we won't need those. You know, the security will take care of it. Alright, going over to the left here, this is the living quarters area. So you can see it's very nice here with the carpet. You have all the paintings. You have a storage room. This is some nice storage. We also have more overflow storage, which is much more cramped, which I'm going to show you right now. That's just a dead end. It's okay. It's a hallway. It's, you know, these doors, you can close them, but they always stay open because, you know, they're supposed to stay open. These are really cool. You have some armor stands here. Now this is the overflow storage in here because this eventually will be a survival world. Make sure you have enough storage for all your belongings. I certainly do. Alrighty. Now, moving over here, living quarters are upstairs. We'll showcase those in one moment. But the wife obviously needs something to do. The Emperor's wife. So she has her own little room up here. So this is a nice little viewing room. You can look out. I would say sunbathe, but sunlight is not getting in through here. But this is a really nice little room here. I forget like the actual the name of what this is called, but whatever name is, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. And then her hobby is gardening. So this is the royal gardens. You can tell it's overpopulated with flowers and all that. I hear a bee. Ah, there's the beehive. And then do I have fish in here? I do. What are you named? Oh no, I didn't name these guys. Oh wait. Oh, maybe I don't have to name. Okay, I guess in creative, I don't have to name fish. That's very, very nice. Okay. Yeah, garden's very small, and it's rather laggy for some reason. My computer's dying, so let's go back in through here and showcase the living quarters. Oh, the other side of this wall. See that? That's where we walked earlier, and you could shoot out into the courtyard. So the other side of it is where guards are. Alright. Oh my gosh. My apologies for the lag. Alright, going up here. Get some overflow storage. You can look out. Pretty nice. And here we go. The King's Quarters. You have some nice curtains. Some more areas to look out. You can look out the guards on the wall. And you have 2 doors here. So here we are. This is the private chamber for the Emperor. You have a nice little table for his family. Painting. We have all the little shelves with the things on it. Some primary storage. This is going to be very valuable items in here. This is cool. This is a bathing room. See a little tub with the privacy. Keep that open. Looks better though. Don't keep that open. It looks too open like that. So just keep one. You have the pelted floor. In here is the bedroom. Pretty nice. Nice fireplace. Some nice decorations. And yeah, really cool roof up there. So, now this is really neat because when the sun sets, it actually shines right on the bed. Let's see if we can trigger this. Let's do time sets. Let's do 11,000. Ah, there you go. You can see it now. So it goes right on through there. Nice little view. And I did this because in my room in real life, when the sun rises, it shines in my friggin' face. So I was like, you know, in Minecraft, I don't want that. I want it to shine at sunset. Because I'm typically not, like, the Emperor is not going to be in his room at sunset. He's going to be doing other things. I don't be woken up by the sun like that. That's bright. It's a bright way to be woken up. Alright. Enough jokes. Alrighty. Moving up, we have the final floor of the castle. So, you know, it's tight, but it's big. I need to change those. Okay. See, that's the sun rising on this side. Now, going this way, though, we have the private library. The only library in the entire world so far. I'm debating if I keep it that way. But, yeah, we're gonna have some really cool lore books in here, some artifacts, some logs of adventures. This is where the enchanting table is. And look, we have an artifact. We have the end dragon egg. Unfortunately, I did build this world in a world where I turned off generated structures. So, yeah, I might have to import this world into a different world, and that's going to be way too many blocks. I'm probably going to crash my computer doing so. So, I'm going to have to create many backups, and, yeah. But it's okay, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Oh shoot, there's one more thing I have to show you. Game mode spectator. So that's the castle. Now, you know how earlier we were in the castle walls, right? Well, going back into the castle walls, if we go to the right here, look, there's a door. Once again, has the changing armors, but you have the secret barrack rooms where the soldiers plan, or they just hang out, because there's going to be different stations in different areas. And yeah, it's just a really cool world. Like, look at that. There's going to be a bunch of like hidden Easter eggs like this within the world, and I'm so excited. And then for my own personal oh, let's actually change the render distance. For my own oh gosh. Oh. For my own personal, I say checklist for building or progress, we have a secret map room in here. This isn't connected to anything. It's not supposed to be connected to anything. It's right underneath the garden. But you can see what we just walked through. We spent the last almost 2 hours exploring. I mean, it's a lot, but I'd say we're 40% there. We have a lot more to do. Luckily, a lot of it is water, but like I'm nervous about that channel, and I'm real nervous about the rest of the port by the port village or port town, old town, whatever you want to call it, because that's my old style building. And with my new style of building where everything is tight and more city-like, if I have it over here, how do I make sure it fits in with this? Luckily, though, I think it's only like a strip of building, so if I ever need to replace some, I can. You know, it's not gonna be a huge deal. But yeah, that's the world, guys. We have a lot to do, and I'm very excited to share all of this progress with you all. I'm in spectator mode right now, just so we can get a quick overview, because, you know, a map is nice to show it, but seeing it is entirely different. So yeah, you can see the map makes it look like we have a lot more. I know, who am I kidding? We do have a lot to do. So yeah, what's cool though is you can walk across the whole wall. Well, maybe not in the middle sections, and then the sections where there's no more wall, you can't walk. But yeah, the world is massive. I believe this entire area is something like 700 blocks long by 500 blocks wide. Like I said, I did get this idea to create this after watching Madness 64's Kargith years and years and years ago. And I have to re-download his world, at least the one he has available, because he took everything down. But I'm kind of curious on a size comparison. Maybe I can walk through that world and answer everyone's questions in another video. But yeah, this was the world. Don't expect a lot of videos where I'm walking around like this. This was just a good start, showcasing just about everything I could. And my videos from now on will be tutorials for those that want tutorials on certain things, as well as well, updates. Like if I make a change to an area, I'll showcase the area before, and then I'll showcase the area after I work on it. So there's much to be said, much to be done, and yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. If you stuck around, remember, I am on Instagram, I am on Planet Minecraft, and I do have a Discord server. So I'm looking for builders that like Minecraft, are motivated, and just want to share their builds. And if that's you, link to join it, everything else down in the description below. So yeah, that's been it. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you hopefully soon. Probably weekly uploads. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be uploading on here because I want to make sure that we finish this and we do it together. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. I'm out. Peace.